Yo, what up everyone out there in YouTube land? Grim's on the beat here. This is take 587, now just playing. I've tried to record this video a few times today, but either my phone rings, I'm talking about the landline, and my answering machine goes off, or someone shows up to the door. And I get interrupted every single time, so let's hope things go a little smoother on this one. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a little tutorial on how to set up your Akai MPK225, MPK249, or MPK261. The MPK minis are probably the same, but I can't say for sure because I've never used any of the MPK minis. But I know the 225, 249, and 261 are all the same. Now, I have the 249, just in case you were wondering. Okay, so first, make sure your keyboard controller is plugged into your computer with the supplied USB cable and turned on. Open Logic, open a new session. Logic will automatically detect your keyboard controller. Now, before you do anything, I recommend searching around for an option that says smart controls or something like that. It might automatically pop up the first time it detects your keyboard. I don't remember. It's been over a year since I set mine up, so I don't remember how to find it, and I don't really want to go look for it because I don't want to mess up my settings and have to redo everything. But if you are able to find it, I recommend turning that off and just doing your own settings like I'm going to show you how to do. Okay, so first, the transport controls. You click on this little Logic up in the top menu, go down to Key Commands, and click on Edit Assignments. Okay, and then you're going to have this window pop up under the Search Key Command line. Just you type in your key command. Let's try play first. I don't know why it is not coming up. Stop. Okay. So first you type in your key command that you're looking for, like stop, for example. You highlight it or click on it. Then you go click Learn New Assignment. And you press the corresponding button that you want to control it. So since we got stop highlighted, you're going to press the stop button. Then you go and you type in play. Let's hope it shows up this time. What do you know? Showed up. So then same thing, you highlight play, click Learn New Assignment, press the play button. For the fast forward one or just forward, you just type in forward. Usually helps to have the first letter capitalized. For rewind, it's just rewind. And it's all the same for all of them. Now, you also got this little loop button. I like to use that to control this little loop on and off thing. If you want to set it up to do the same thing, type in cycle. And you go down to toggle cycle mode. Click on that so it's highlighted. Click Learn New Assignment. Press the button. And it'll toggle the loop mode on and off, or as it's called in Logic, cycle. Basically just turns on and off the selection that you set for a loop to loop back around when you're working on a smaller section or whatever, when you want it to loop. Comes in handy because when you start working on your arrangement and everything, you don't gotta go up to it and click on it with your mouse to turn it on or off like that. You can just go press loop, on or off, boom. Not much of an inconvenience having to use your mouse, but hey, having a button for it is handy. Anyway, super easy. Then for your faders and your knobs, you go to Logic, Control Surface, or Control Surfaces, Controller Assignments, and then you just go and you click the little Learn Mode thing at the bottom right of the window that pops up. And then you go and you click the fader in your software. And then you touch the physical control. As you can see, I moved this and you can see it moving up and down. Now, if you want, when you first do it, it's by default, I believe it has it set to control the selected track. So you can have one fader that can control all your tracks depending on which track in your session is selected. Me, I don't like it set up that way. I like to have one fader for each track because you got 3 different banks, 8 faders for each bank. So to do this, you need one track, you need multiple tracks. So basically 8 times 3. Start on the first one, do what I said. Then under these controller assignment parameters, you go, and class is going to say channel strip. And then underneath classes, you're going to see channel strip. And it's going to say selected track. You want to go and change that to fader bank. And for the first one, it's going to be 1. For the second, it's going to be 2. For the third, it's going to be 3. For the 16th, it's going to be 16. You get the point. You set up these parameters after you've already linked your fader to your physical fader to your software fader. And then for the knobs, I have my first knob set up to control the pan for my selected track, because I have my second and third knobs set up to control my first and second sends. Now, if you want to have it set up like I have it set up, you just go press learn mode, click on the controls. So you would, in this case, you would click on this, move it. See what I tell you. Just got a Facebook message. But tough, I am not going to be stopping the video this time. Okay, so you press learn mode, select whichever control you want the knob to control. So if it's the pan, you move the pan on the track, then you move the physical knob on your keyboard. Now for these settings, after it's linked, you can pretty much leave it. I would just change all the way down here under value, under format, choose complement, and mode relative is what I would set those to. The rest you can just leave alone. You can experiment with the settings if you want, but I find that that's what works best for me. Now, if you want to set up all the knobs to control the pan for each track, like I have my fader set up, then you simply just change it from selected track to fader bank and put the number for the first track 1, second track 2, just like you did with the faders. But under the values down here, still probably going to want to leave it on 2's complement. Under format and mode is going to be relative. Now to set up a send, knob to control a send, you're going to have to actually insert a send and then click learn mode, turn the send knob up a little bit, then turn whichever knob you want to link to the send, and I don't know if you can see it, probably not, but second knob is controlling that first send because that's how I have it set up. I mean, that's basically it. Oh yeah, the note repeat. Almost forgot about the note repeat. So to set up the note repeat, you go into File, down to Project Settings, Synchronization, and then you click MIDI. Under Destination, when you first do it, it's gonna say off. Go down to MPK249 port A, or whichever version you have. If it's the MPK225 or MPK261, it's gonna say that, but you go to the port A for your keyboard controller, and then you just check the little clock box. Now, I recommend setting it up like this because if you just select all, the time division is not going to work correctly. It'll basically be twice as fast as it should be. So if you like send it to the clock to all, when you select like the quarter note time division, it'll play an eighth note. Basically twice as fast as it needs to be. The quarter note triplet will be an eighth note triplet. The eighth note will be a 16th note, etc. So yeah, use the MPK249 port A and just check clock. And a little extra bonus, if you want to change the octave on your pads, right next to the pads to the left of them, you'll see bank A, bank B, bank C, bank D. That's basically how you change to a different octave. I have it on bank B because I got a hi-hat open in the normal sampler, as you can hear. Now, when I program drums, I normally use the drum designer, but right now I just got a hi-hat in there to give you guys a little example. So you press the note repeat button. I have it. Oh shit, I forgot. So very important. On your keyboard, you also have to change a few settings on your keyboard. You press global, and with these little arrow buttons, press that till on the LCD screen you see clock source, and change it from internal to external. And then you just move over to with the little arrow buttons till you see save globals, and you press down the little knob to save the setting. If you want the clock source set to external because you want it to receive the signal logic is sending your keyboard controller. If you set it to internal, it is going to be offbeat because it's going to go with your keyboard's internal tempo, which is defaults to like 120 beats per minute, something like that. So when you set it to external, it follows along with the tempo of your session that you have open. The only thing is the play has to be going. It only sends the tempo information when the play button is going. Okay? So also you're going to want to press note repeat, edit, and you're going to want to use these little arrow keys, go down to mode, and change it from momentary to toggle. It's probably something you are going to want to go and save in your presets. Okay, so then you just go press preset, you press this little right arrow button, it's going to store program, you press down the little selection knob, that's the enter button, and it'll save it. I'm not saving anything because I have it set up the way I want it. Then that way, instead of having to hold down the note repeat button while you're using it, you can just press it, toggles it to toggle it on and off. Then you turn on time division, and yeah, that's basically that. Pretty simple. Well, this is a long-ass video, so I'm out, guys. Sorry for dragging this on. I do not script these out. I just sort of wing it. So sorry if I babble a little bit or some of my explanations aren't exactly coherent. I'm doing my best. Have a good day, everyone. Hope this helps you guys.